there, I'm Bree and I go by Tip of the Moon, and for today's session I thought we'd do something different. I have a tarot deck. This is the Fountain Tarot, which is just such a beautiful deck, and it comes in such a nice little box. But I thought we could ask what energy you need at this moment and pull a few cards from this deck. I'm going to switch you around so you can see me pulling the cards and see which pile you align with. But yeah, and then afterwards we'll do some energy work to correspond with what energy should be coming in for you, and there'll be timestamps at the bottom and all of that. Okay. Okay, so I have got my camera flipped around and I have 3 different stones, and we're going to deal out 3 different piles of cards from here, and you choose the pile that you are feeling like you're resonating with, whatever's calling to you, and then we'll do a reading at the end, okay? And so you might want to just get centered with your body, start to check in with yourself. Notice if you have an immediate pull to one of these stones, or if as I show them, how you feel shifts. So we have Celestite, small little chunk of this. It's kind of a light blue, quartzy white. We have Vanadinite, which is kind of orange and fiery, and in these little kind of cube formations. And we have a tumbled piece of Malachite, which has got all these rich green swirls. Very interesting to look at. And just start to check in if you resonate with any of those energies. If you feel like you need more of it. And then we're gonna draw some cards. Okay. All right, first for Celestite, feeling here. Vanadinite here. Sorry if you can hear, it's blue jay season. Oh geez, I might need to go chase them away. And Malachite. And back around again. And I like to choose cards just based off of like intuition. Sometimes I touch and kind of go off of where I'm feeling something. Back here. So choose which pile is kind of resonating with you, which one you can feel a reaction to, and give yourself a moment if you need to, a few breaths, nice and slow, in and out, and just see which one of these piles feels like the one. Feels like it has the energy that you need, the shift, the transformation, the healing, whatever it is. Okay, and I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll go through, and there'll be time stamps at the bottom. Okay, so let's get you turned around and we're going to go through the different piles. And definitely feel free, if you resonate with all the piles, to listen to all the messages or just the ones that felt right for you. So we're going to start here with Celestite, which was this little kind of sparkly light blue piece, kind of in a little geode thing. And the cards for you, and I'm not doing any reversals, so just so you know. The first card for you is the Magician, which is a major arcana card. Really speaks about our willpower to create and make magic, our imagination, those kind of taking a hold of the possibilities. Really magical card, the Magician. And then next is the Knight of Cups, and this is really a passionate, emotional person thinking about what they really moves their energy, their idealism. It's about opportunities and sort of an invitation to tap into our inner emotional self and see what resonates there. And then the last card is the Devil, which I don't take this as a bad card. This is really, you'll notice that there's always a lot of balance in the Devil card, and because it's asking us again to tap into what is an indulgence and what is something that we need, a place we need restraint. And just because something is an indulgence does not make it bad. It is indulging. Those places, there's time and place for that, and there's also time and place for restraint. We don't want to live this life where we never enjoy anything, where we are not eating the delicious fruits that life has to offer. And so the Devil is an invitation for us to sort of tap in with that balance that is always being asked of us, of what feels good and where do I need to pull back, and why, I think, is the more important thing, and not taking on someone else's shoulds. So all three of these cards together, I really see this invitation for us to sort of tap in with ourselves, check in with ourselves, with where we're feeling creative versus where we feel like we're overindulging or over-restraining ourselves. And so it's this, we are that Knight of Cups, and we need to make the decision and sort of move towards, with passionate idealism, what it is that makes us feel magical, what makes us feel inspired, creative. And I really see that with the Celestite, which is a good stone for sort of getting clear on things. It really works nicely with the third eye, finding a little bit of clarity, but also looking for that sparkle, looking for those things that feel magical to us. And so we're going to bring in this Celestite for some clarity. Okay. So just bringing in a little bit of clearing energy to our mental space, to our emotional. With that Cups card is very much about that emotional body, kind of processing and moving through, getting clear on our emotions. And with the Devil showing up, I think it's really not just getting clear, but getting balanced. Making sure that we're not overly restrictive or overly indulgent, but find that sort of give and take of what feeds us and what feeds others and why. kind of just taking a moment to sit with where we find our magic. Where do we find that passion, that idealism? Anything not resonating with that energy, we're sort of lifting away, pulling back. Sort of brushing through, releasing, cleansing, removing as much as we can. Perfect. Just adding a little bit of clarity. Sort of soothing away anything that's not resonating. And that was Celestite, which is usually quite sparkly, sometimes bigger little crystal pieces, but this is a small one. And so next I have some Vanadinite, which is sort of shiny and sparkly red little cubes. Feels like very fiery. And your cards are the Ace of Coins, which is like a seed, like a beginning, this little first step. It is abundance and opportunity coming in, something, a coin given from the universe. And then the Two of Swords, which is a nice building up from 1 to 2. And the Two of Swords is kind of like this inner turmoil, this inner decision making on not decision making, I want to say indecision, not being able to make a choice between two paths. And you'll see she's kind of blindfolded and all tangled up in this decision that needs to be made. And then the Three of Cups, again, that building. So it's 1, 2, 3, which is quite interesting in itself. And then the Three of Cups is all about celebrating, coming together, making a toast with friends, It's that gift of life and family and friends and our relationships, and how emotionally they can, sort of fill up our cup, fill us up with their energy. And so with all three of those, the 1, the 2, and the 3, there's also some balance where this is earth, air, water, 1, 2, 3, this sort of building up of this, starting with opportunity, really making sure that we're choosing a path, because all paths are sort of leading to this delight. As long as we are focused on the end result, just make that decision, just move through that small disruption, and it's easy as 1, 2, 3 to sort of feed off of the energy that is around. We've been given this sort of opportunity of something, sort of something very physical and embodied, almost literally a seed of the earth has been a gift. And as long as we just kind of push through the decision making, don't get stuck, don't blindfold ourselves, don't focus on denial, instead focus on where we're heading, that celebration of life, this building up of energy. And again, I love the Vanadinite for this one, because of, you can kind of see that it's got this cube-like structure where it's these little blocks, it's kind of building blocks, and this fiery nature, this building up from the earth, and manifesting something that we can kind of just, don't worry so much, just keep going, keep adding the next layer, keep moving forward, keep that motion, keep that fire building up. And even though this is just a little tiny piece, that's all we need. We need that initial seed. Take the seed, plant it, move through the motions, and grow that celebration energy. So we're being asked to sort of start building up towards what we want. Not so worried about planning the whole entire thing, to kind of keep it out of our heads, and instead focus on step by step, moving through, counting 1, 2, 3. So whatever it is that feels like the 3 of Cups to you, start moving towards that. I really like that one a lot. Trying to sort of spark the seeds within us so that we can start that process. And just layer by layer, giving ourselves energy towards that goal, giving us the fire to move through those steps. This is very much about sustained increase, continuing that same steadiness, patiently moving. Beautiful. And hopefully today is just a small little bit of energy fire to carry you forward. This is not about getting it all in one moment. So hopefully planting that seed of growth and fire to move throughout your body. And again, that's Vanadinite, which is, I have a bigger piece, but this one I like, it's a tiny little piece. It's got a lot of oomph to it. So our last stone is this tumble of malachite. It's a little bit dark green to kind of see, but there you can kind of see the malachite rings throughout it, all smoothed down. Little triangle, kind of like a little mountain shape. And so for the cards for you, if you chose malachite, are 5 of cups. And in this one, you'll kind of notice he's looking, the man is turned towards these 3 spilled cups here, and behind him are 2 cups that are still, they're unspilled. So it's really about this focusing or dwelling on the losses that we've had instead of noticing, well, we still have 2 cups. I mean, you had 5. No one needs 5 cups. So it's a little bit about that dwelling on the loss, or sitting in regret or despair, sort of thing. And then next we have the Ace of Wands, which is very much like an exclamation point. It is this sort of bursting forth of energy. It's bold. It's, again, that exclamation point sort of thing. It's sort of passion, discovering that wand, finding our magic, finding what makes us stand up straight. And you can kind of think about that as sort of your energy body, what makes you feel just really that sort of up, rise and shine energy. And then the last one is the 6 of Swords, and it's about moving forward. You can kind of see they're heading off into the distance, but I don't know if you can notice, they lost their shirt. It's about moving forward after a loss, not then they're headed off to this beautiful island in the distance. It's about leaving behind that loss, that regret, that despair that we were seeing in the 5 of Cups. Moving past this, we know that we have lost something, but if we take hold of that energy, that newness, our magic, our fire, we can move forward. There is a path forward. Yes, we lost our shirt, but we're also going to a beautiful island. So it is about finding and capturing what helps us move forward, shedding that past, traveling forward, finding our way past the loss. And this is actually a really lovely stone for that. Malachite can be a manifesting stone, but it also is really a great heart healer. It is about us connecting with our heart, with our emotions, finding that center target, and moving towards it. So I think we'll work with Malachite, and that worked out again. So bringing in that sort of heart healing that lets us accept that we did lose something, that there is something that we're healing from. This is not about forgetting. It is about taking that and moving forward. Our lessons learned, our hearts patched up, finding the way forward. And it, with the wand and that boldness, it really is a bold step. It is small by being the number one, by being the ace, but it is bold. And that's all it takes, is that one kind of bold step that pushes the ship off the shore and to our next destination. Shedding that despair, taking what we got, those 2 cups, and making something of it. It only takes 2 cups to make a toast. 2 is plenty. And so pulling up some of that healing energy, allowing ourselves to emotionally kind of patch things up. Sort of awakening that healing in our heart. Shedding what we can, healing what we can't. Starting to awaken that energy within, that burst along our chakra column. A burst of fire, the magic we have within, how magical we are to heal and move forward. Those are skills, those are wonder. It's truly magic to heal the human heart, to overcome, to keep going. that's a little malachite to start that healing process in our hearts, kind of see where the magic leads once we overcome that despair and regret and loss. So maybe not doesn't feel like the best one, but it also feels a lot like something good is coming. So despite that first card maybe feeling a little heavy, it definitely seemed like there are bright roads ahead. So very good. Thank you guys so much for joining me and trusting your energy in this space and allowing me to read through your energy. I appreciate these sessions so much. If you enjoyed this session at all, there are some of the ways you can support my channel. Leaving a comment for the algorithm is so... I think I have the thumbnail. Okay.